Hey, what's up, trader? This is DXY Hunter, and this is going to be a quick update of my latest analysis, which I have posted here on the trading booth. So you can go there and you can check them and ask any questions if you want to, right? So right now we are looking to the dollar index, right? And we can see how the price has took this previous month low, right? It has been ranging down in here, and then again it took this previous two days lows, right? So it was actually taking the Monday range low, and then it expanded during the non-farm payrolls, right? So we are now trading above this opposing area, which was the order block or the supply zone, right? Which is now working as a support, in my opinion, right? So what I will be looking for, which level is interesting for me, is basically if we will retrace back down into here or even into the midpoint of this fair value gap, right? Then there I would like to be very bullish, right? Obviously it doesn't have to happen, right? Price can continue from here up, right? But anyway, this is what I'm looking for. I do not think yet that this is going to be like a big reversal, that the price will come to these highs. However, I do think that it can be bullish and it can be going in there, right? So but what I will be looking for is this as my target, right? Because we have this range, prices dropped lower, right? We can see how the range was trying to break two times, did not happen, right? So then I do think we're going up here, right? So this is how it looks for me. If you look to the COT data, we can see that the dollar index, the longs are still constantly kind of growing, right? So it's supporting my thesis of the strong dollar in here, right? Okay, let's go to the another one, which is going to be a gold. And on the gold, we can see how the price, again, it has created a range, which has created this high, right? Then price was ranging, created high again, but not strong close above, right? Rejected in the next days. I think you can see on the daily we are closing below, right? So then the waterfall starts again. So when the price is going again, I think we are going to test this low, right? Because we failed to close above this one, right? So in here we can see again a beautiful breaker block, right? These last few candles, where was the accumulation of these orders which took price up, right? And then fell again, right? So we can see how nicely exactly in this midpoint it has reacted, right? After the taking out this liquidity, then the price drops lower, right? And now it's clear where it's going, right? So it's a last stage of this manipulation below this low, right? So will we go up from here? We don't know yet, right? And this is what we don't need to know. But what we know also, again, here is also another breaker, right? So we can see these last two candles, right, which are actually they'll be selling to buy, to move the price up a bit above this liquidity and then to the price lower, right? So it's actually the same PD array as this one, right? So if the price come in here, right, in midpoint, then I think it will be nice, right? But also we have this fair value gap, right? So this gap between these candles, which could work also as a level in here, right? So we have this high of this 4 hours candle, so that would be perfect if the price drops in there, and then I think this low is imminent, right? So we looking to the COT data, we can see that there was a slight drop in the longs in the last 2 weeks, right? That's this profit taking, but you can see in the shorts, they sorry, it's not working in here. So basically in this short column we can see that in here that the shorts are basically still dropping, right? So what do I think based on that in the COT data is that we will the shorts are dropping, right? So basically they've been closing the shorts while been taking profit from the longs, right? So if the price should go like a big down move, I would like to see in the COT data already some more shorts coming, right? Which is not happening. So maybe this could be just evaluation of the low and then back to the range, right? or a continuation up, right? That's again what we don't know yet, and we don't need to know it to make money, right? So next one is a euro. Euro, I have this channel in here which is kind of a breaking it in here. However, let's see what's going on in here, right? So I will remove this channel to keep the clear chart, right? So again, we have in here, we need to watch these lows, right? Actually, it should be maybe this one, right? But this one is too close that if the price is going to this liquidity, it will most likely take out the both, right? So that's what I got in here, right? And again, we have the price breaking above the highs in here, right? It was the previous quarter high actually, and then we have the May high in here, right? And again, price consolidated, try to break above it, right? Let's look how the daily closed, right? It has closed above it, right? But the next day, the price been immediately rejected and went down, right? So that's not a strong close, right? We need to see close, and then another candle should be kind of like which should be trading above it, right, for the confirmation. So it did not happen, and then what we got in here, this previous month high, this one, right, is working as a resistance in here, right? So the price has came into it, right? We've been bullish in here. We had some nice trades in here, especially this one. Then I was bullish in here also, and I have one loss, I think, in here. But yeah, then I skipped the non-farm payrolls. I still had some long-term shorts, which been making me on the swaps. So these positions are now making the profit. So anyway, where we are going right now, we can see that this is basically a mitigation block, right? So the block. Classic order block or the demand zone, right, which has failed, right? And also we can see this fair value gap inverted in here, right? So which is creating a confluence of the few levels, right? I do not think that we will get some kind of pullback like this, because those who been buying in here, or those who've been buying, let's say, from this level, right, they are now trapped in the positions, right? So where they will have the stop losses, I think the maximum pain for them will be around this level, right? These levels, right? So that's why I think we will go lower. Yes, we will probably do some pullback, because we need to get rid of those who entered down in here and expecting the easy money, right, with this drop, right? So I do think that maybe the Monday, Tuesday, we will be working in this fair value gap, right? And this mitigation block and inverted fair value gap, right? So that's what's happening on the euro. But what is also quite interesting on the euro, if you look in here, we can see that basically there is longs growing and shorts being closed, right? And we have a 67k net positions positive on the euro, right? So it doesn't make too much sense for me. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe these numbers are maybe we don't see what's really happening in the numbers yet, right? But in my opinion, what is still very possible, and that's what we will see a little bit later. Well, now it's a little bit stuck. Yeah, okay, so now we are on the daily, right? I think that basically, as we can see, that the longs are still growing. We are approaching this daily trend line, and might possibly we could see this low being taken, right? The trend line a little bit violated, maybe some big below it, and if we close back above this, then I think we could go higher, right? But anyway, for this week, it's not important for us. We think, I do think, not we, that basically we going for this low, right? So anyway, what does it offer, right? We can be playing with the 50 pips potential trade, and yeah, working on it on the smaller time frames, right? So the last one will be the pound. Pound was actually quite bullish, right? It was more bullish than euro. They did not have those pullbacks on the way up, right? So it went straight up, and then it was ranging in here, right? And what we can see in here, that here we had this month May high, right, which was again look at daily. Always check daily, right? That's very important. So we can see we had this nice run up, but yes, it closed there, but the next day immediately closed back in the range, right? So then this high is actually working as a resistance. You can see how they never closed, really. They failed to close few times above, right? So once they failed to close above this range, where they're going to the range low, right? So that's what we got in here as a projection. It also took these highs in here, right? So there was definitely the buy side in a play, right? And now what we got here in the 4 hours, right? So we can see this inverted fair value gap, right? So this gap from here to here, right? It was actually the fair value gap, right? From where we could take the trades, right? So you can see we actually had some trades from here, right, to this high, right? But now it's actually closed below and also created gap, right? So it's actually the gap closed by gap, right? This low is also important right now because we closed below it, right? And that's where probably some traders might could been taking the trades from this as a support, right? Thinking that it's going higher, right? So I do think we were gonna get some pullback, and the we could continue with the shorts, right? So that's what I will be looking for in the next week. Obviously, that as you can see on my analysis, these levels, this is not how I think, how I predict like 100% that this is gonna play like that, right? What I'm always doing is on the lower time frame, right, and in the special time, in the kill zones, so called by the ICT, but basically by just the session opens. What I always want to see is some kind of the pattern, right, which is a accumulation during the Asian session, preferably, right, within the tight range. Then you have the manipulation, right, and then this was during the North Peros, right. Then you have a nice this distribution, right. So that's the pattern which still repeats on my M15. I'm not going the lower time frame, right? And that's what I actually would like to see in here, right? So on the lower time frame, obviously we want to see a accumulation, right? Then manipulation during the London, right? Not closing above, right? Not closing above these highs, right? Being rejected, right? And then the continuation down would be like quite easy, right? So you can see basically the first leg, and then you can watch the pullback in the specific time, looking for the entry on the level, and then continuation, right? This obviously doesn't have to play in the one day, right? It depends how patient you are, if you are able to hold it, right? And obviously there can be also a few days, right, when it will, you can see the move down, right, and it can go higher again, right? So that's above each one's the preparation how to play that, right? So this is my view. You can see this analysis on the trading view. If you comment or whatever you do, I will be happy to answer all your questions. Have a great rest of the weekend and good luck to the next week. But also be careful, there is a CPI data, I think, inflation, core inflation rate. Yeah, okay. So yeah, look, so here is a fat FOMC, fat interest rates decisions, right? Be careful in here because actually the European Central Bank, they actually reduced the interest rates, right? So if they mostly the central banks they follow, right, and I think they could might do it, right? So we will see. We will see. There is a lot of things what could move the markets, right? So yeah, have a great weekend. Bye bye.